Daredevil, Born Again Season 2, Episode 7, sets up the season finale with a secret plan from Matt Murdock that could change everything for the Devil of Hell's Kitchen. The penultimate episode is explosive with a lot of ground covered, several major developments for central characters, and plenty of mystery and intrigue lined up ahead of the final episode. After seeing Karen Page held at gunpoint by Powell of the AVTF, we learn that rather than kill her where she stood, Powell transported Karen to a holding cell, and she is preparing to stand trial. However, the legal system as outlined in Daredevil, Born Again has proven to be less than honest and often favors the powers that be, such as the corrupt and grieving Kingpin. Murdock vs. Fisk moves to the courtroom. While technically the court case scene in this episode is one that has positioned Karen Page against the city of New York, the truth is that this is a direct battle between Matt Murdock and Wilson Fisk. This is further confirmed by the fact that Wilson Fisk personally visits Karen in her cell and encourages her to contact Matt in order to bring him out of the shadows. While Matt recognizes that this is very likely a trap, he is clearly ready to leave the comfort of the shadows, as he appears in court alongside Kristen McDuffie as the co-counsel on Karen's behalf. And despite there being no formal jury, Matt uses this opportunity to speak directly to the citizens of New York, calling out the cruelty and harm caused by the AVTF and Mayor Fisk. Fisk is watching the case unfold in his office, and while he clearly had his AVTF goons follow Matt out of the courthouse and attempt to injure and kill him, Matt manages to come away with a gunshot wound and a renewed energy to take on the Kingpin. Heather Glenn is embracing her dark side. Fisk is calling upon all of his allies in his time of need, as seen with the corrupt district attorney, Hochberg, asking Heather to once again commit perjury and submit false reports about alleged criminals. In this case, Hochberg asks that Heather interview Karen Page and get some answers that would support his case, and she gladly agrees without hesitation. After seeing Heather getting more comfortable with the dark and dirty business that is conducted in Fisk's office, it's no surprise that she is willing to do something dishonest that will harm her ex, Matt Murdock. However, she is also losing her calm and controlled nature in the wake of pulling the trigger on Muse in the last season of Daredevil, Born Again. Heather has been making unusual choices that seem to highlight her deteriorating mental state, which makes her calling others unfit and mentally unstable all the more ironic. But more than this, Heather actually gets physical with Karen after being goaded, repeatedly slapping her. Clearly, Heather is on a dark path, and things are only getting worse. Bullseye and Jessica Jones tackled their own side quests. While Fisk is rallying his allies together and getting his house in order, Matt's allies are also pushing to ensure their efforts to take down the Kingpin and corruption pay off. Bullseye, who has entered into an uneasy alliance with Daredevil, makes his way to the governor's home and prevents an assassination attempt that was set up by Wilson Fisk. This all happened after Matt Murdock's long-term ally, Jessica Jones, confronted Mr. Charles and got the intel about the attack on the governor. While Jessica's information helped Daredevil on his mission to take down Fisk and put a stop to his plans, Jessica is also seeking to bring Luke Cage back home, as Mr. Charles says he can help to bring their family back together. Clearly, even while Murdock's allies have different motives, they are managing to work together in a way that is ultimately going to help them all achieve their various goals and overthrow Fisk's regime. Daniel freed B.B. Ulrich, and he paid the price. On the other hand, Fisk's side is more divided. Not only has Fisk severed ties with Mr. Charles, which led to his betrayal, but he has also pushed some members of his own team to make choices that they are no longer comfortable making. For instance, Daniel Blake, who has been trying to prove himself repeatedly as a loyal follower of Fisk, was forced to bury a body with Buck Cashman. Daniel was never a murderer or someone who actively felt a pull towards being involved in criminal activity. While he did try his best to support Fisk and follow all of his orders, his affection for BB ultimately won out. After learning the truth about BB betraying him and producing the City Without Fear broadcasts that make a mockery of Fisk using insider information, Daniel was hurt. This led to him setting up a betrayal of BB, but when it came time to hand her over to Buck to be killed, Daniel couldn't do it. He allowed BB to go free, and he confronted Buck alone, knowing that he had failed to follow his directive. This led to the most shocking moment of the season so far when Buck, after getting close to Daniel and becoming a friend, shoots him despite his pleas. Matt Murdock is about to make a choice he can't take back. With everything that played out across Daredevil, Born Again Season 2, Episode 7, there is one lingering detail that feels like things are about to change for Matt Murdock in a big way. After several episodes where others like Karen Page and Jessica Jones have been pushing for Matt to kill Fisk, Matt has said that he is going to have to cross a line, just not the one Karen might have expected. Matt publicly appearing to defend Karen in court is, of course, a huge move as he steps out of hiding, but it feels like this is just the first step in his plan. In order to get the public to back Matt Murdock and see the true duplicity displayed by Mayor Fisk, it seems likely that Matt is about to reveal his identity as Daredevil, which would have a lasting impact not only on this show but potentially spreading into the wider MCU. Throughout the MCU, there have been a handful of moments when heroes exposed their dual identities, and Matt Murdock has more to gain from this than most. In order to avoid executing Fisk and to add further credibility to his status as a hero and a vigilante, revealing that he is Daredevil could be the way forward in Daredevil, Born Again.